Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Does it sound very echoey in here? Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to another daily live stream. Today is Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. Today is day 653 of my fasting journey, but not just my fasting journey, my health and wellness journey as well. I see people in the chat. Yes, it's pretty echoey because things are missing behind me. My couch is no longer here. Somebody picked it up yesterday. My TV is gone. There used to be holes here, and now they're all patched up. Got to get that painted, hopefully before I leave. I'm moving, everyone. And I still don't know exactly how I'm going to situate future live streams, but I will figure that out when I get there. Hopefully the echo isn't too bad. Before I continue, just to say hi to everyone in chat: Lynn, Aisha, Prod Sleck, Patty, Tanisha, Malungai Mark, Issa, Birdie, Wendy, G-Zone, Cap Rising. Did I say Natalie already? Probably not. Miss Peaceful One, VS Wild, Josh, Elmadas, Ray Questo. Hello. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. 653 days of my journey. 653 days of imperfect consistency, of having good days and bad days. But the one thing that I don't do is I don't start over. I don't reset. I don't say, what's the point? Let's just start on Monday. None of that back and forth shit anymore. Thadeka, I see you in there. Judy, I see you. Spike, I see you. Hello. Thanks, Aisha, for letting me know the echo's not too bad. Hopefully the microphone is doing its job. It is very echoey in here. I literally have gotten rid of, and you know what? You have all never seen my apartment, but I'm just showing you my kitchen. There's still a bunch of shit over there, but all the cabinetry and everything is all gone or empty. Actually, you've seen my kitchen. You've seen me when I've done refeeds, when I face the camera this way. Anyway. Imperfect consistency has been the name of the game. Imperfect consistency is the name of the game when it comes to your journey. Your journey will never be perfect. Your journey will have imperfections. Your journey will have bumps in the road. And that's fine. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel bad. Don't tell yourself this isn't worth it. Don't start over. Instead, keep pushing forward. You've all seen it in my journey. You've seen the good days. You've seen the bad days. But I still show up. I'm still here. Nothing is changing. Nothing is changing the trajectory. I was trying to do that smoothly and I was unable to. Nothing is going to stop the trajectory of my goals and where I want to be, which is to be happy and healthy, to be in the best shape possible, to continue to lose excess body fat, to continue to add muscle. And hopefully for all of you, those goals are similar. There is nothing more important in this life than your health and your happiness. Without your health, what's the point? Once your health goes, all those things that are important to you, it's not the same. Take the time to prioritize your health. Take the time to understand that those are the things that matter. But my kids, Jerome, but my wife, my husband, my partner, Jerome, but my job, Jerome, none of it matters if you don't have your health. And maybe you think that it doesn't matter because you're able to still function. But if that point comes where you can't, it's just not a good situation to be in. If this live stream is helpful for you, if me showing my accountability to you is helpful, if me showing you that I have some good days and some bad days is helpful for you, share with us your accountability. I see it in chat. Don't think I don't see it. Don't think I don't read the chat. Don't think I don't read the comments, because I do. I love seeing people's journey. I love when people are sharing what their journey looks like. And it's not like I love when people are struggling, but to be able to relate and to see the humanness in it, to know that it's not some glorified picture on social media that I'm just this middle-aged man trying to not have high blood sugar, high blood pressure, and just enjoy his life. And that's literally all I'm trying to do. And I'm doing that through a combination of fasting and trying to eat as well as I can and exercising, but still eating shitty every now and then and being okay with it and just figuring out what the next step in my journey is. That's all that matters. That's all that matters for you. Everyone's journey is going to be different. Don't listen to this bullshit of have to do it X, Y, and Z. This is the only way to fast. This is the only way to eat. This is the only way to exercise. When you start getting your head into that bullshit, you find yourself doing the all or nothing thing, right? You start finding yourself saying, well, this isn't sustainable. This isn't consistent. What you need to do is find that sustainability, to find something that feels sustainable enough that it can be consistent. And only then can you keep pushing on your journey and be like, yeah, this is doable. This feels good. And then maybe days down the road, you're going to be like, I really feel like pushing today. And whether that push means an extra mile or two on your walk, or an extra 10 miles on your bike ride, or an extra 10 hours on your fast, or saving an extra 500 calories based on how you're eating, you push when you can. But don't give into this all or nothing type mentality. It is the slippery slope that I have found myself in for the longest time. And it's not like I'm fully out of that. I still practice all or nothing tactics. It's not something that just goes away, especially since it's been embedded in me for decades. If anything, all it means right now is to just put imperfect consistency into practice, doing things where I'll do the best that I can. If it doesn't go according to plan, it's okay. I'm going to accept imperfection. I'm going to move on with my life and know that I have learned from that experience. That's what matters. That's honestly what matters in what we're doing. That's why I tell you, share with us how you're doing. You'd be surprised when people share their struggles and other people share how they're related to that or how they can relate to it. One of the reasons many of you are on here right now is because you relate to what I'm telling you. You relate to having a slip up. You relate to going out and enjoying time with friends and family and overeating. You relate to missing a day going out for your walk. You relate to having work stress or feeling overwhelmed. You relate to it. We're all a very similar community. You would be surprised how many people that I talk to, and we have so many of the same thoughts, so many of the all or nothing thoughts. It's okay to fuck up every now and then. There is nothing wrong with that. That is a human part of us. I'll keep pushing that message because it's one that I don't think many people talk about. I do see people talking about giving themselves grace lately, which is really nice. I like seeing that. I just want to make sure that we reaffirm that. There is no black and white thinking here. There's no, it can only be this way and no other way. You have to find what works for you on your journey. A month ago, I ended up gaining 30 pounds. From June 19th to July 22nd, I gained 30 pounds. How? Going on vacation, mindlessly eating, and eventually binge eating. And old habits came into play. A very all or nothing mindset came into play when I felt overwhelmed, when I felt stressed out about moving. And that's what brought me to doing these daily live streams, to show accountability, to show transparency that I'm human. I fuck up every now and then, but I can still get up, show you all that I'm still here in this empty apartment now. I still have a bed for now. That bed might be gone in 2 days, but I still have a bed for now. And we're just trying to make it. That's all we're trying to do. You might not have a perfect routine or a perfect plan right now, but trust me, stick around here. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out where you're having issues with. I'm obviously sharing mine. You all saw it when I ate 7,500 calories. It was one day. I ate 7,500 calories for one day out of the last 25, 26, 27 days, I think, right? What's 1 divided by 27? 3%, 3.7%, 4%. So the other 96% of the time, I've been on point, on my game. And even when I ate 7,500 calories on that day, that was planned. I knew I was going to eat that way, right? The all or nothing mentality, when you're on the all side, right? When you are pushing hard, it's a great feeling. I will always say, you want to push hard, push hard. You want to fast for longer, as long as you can healthily do so, fast for longer. You want to eat super clean, right? Push hard when you can. But don't go the complete opposite way when it comes to the nothing part. When you then say, well, I couldn't do the all part, so now I'm just going to lay on this couch that is no longer here, lay on my bed, order Grubhub, watch TV that is no longer here, and forget about my troubles. Because when you do the nothing part, when you are going from one extreme to the other, it is not a good place to be in. It is not. If you start finding a middle ground, right? And you start finding the things that you need to do to say, hey, it wasn't the best day, but I did this, and that instead. There's a lot of promise within that. You might not think it's a lot because you're stuck in that all or nothing mindset. But when you tell yourself, I at least did this, and that starts changing the way your brain thinks about things. That starts changing the way that you think about what actions take next. Because those small steps can then repeat down the week, down the line, right? A week, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months, 6 months. Imagine all of those little steps that you continue taking, all of the rewiring that you do in your brain by changing your habits, by incorporating good, healthy habits, and by trying to break down bad ones. They don't change overnight, but it's something that you can continuously do to rewire your brain. That's what I'm doing. Literally, I've been doing this for 653 days. Sorry, I had to check my notes. I've been doing this for 653 days. And every single day that I get up and I do what I should be doing, or at least trying to do what I should be doing, whether it's accomplished or not, I'm rewiring my brain. How have I gotten to where I'm at today? Because I have continued to rewire my brain by changing my habits. Build good, healthy habits, break the old ones. It doesn't have to be a complete 180. You don't have to say, okay, today I'm going to walk 10,000 steps every day for the rest of my life. That's absurd thinking that way. Instead, what that might mean for you is I should be more active. I should take a couple more days to be a little more active throughout the week. And watch that habit start to accelerate. Watch that habit start to build to the point where it just feels like you're getting up and brushing your teeth. The same applies to your bad habits, breaking those small habits down time and time again. You have to get yourself into that rhythm. You only learn by doing. I'll say that again. I'll say that again. You only learn by doing. When people ask me, Jerome, should I? Jerome, should I? Jerome, should I? Why don't you try and see how it feels? And if it doesn't work and it doesn't feel right, tweak, optimize, change things. You should also ask yourself, when you say, Jerome, should I? Ask yourself, is this healthy? Is this sustainable? Is this consistent? If it isn't, you might need to rethink things. If it's just a temporary thing that you're doing just to like give you a boost and push, sure. But you're not going to know if it works unless you try. You also have to dump the all or nothing thinking when you decide to do something as big as whatever goal that might be. Because if you're the type of person that will say, well, there was my big goal and it didn't work, and so now I'm going to do the complete opposite, you have work to do if that's the way your brain is thinking. You have to rewire that thinking. That's a good topic for maybe tomorrow's live stream. Rewire your brain, right? So I'm in the middle of a move. I'm very overwhelmed. I have 8 million things to do. I was up at 5:40 this morning. The moment I got up, went to the bathroom, stepped on the scale, hit a new low weight, or at least a new low weight in 7 weeks. Actually, even before I went for a walk, I had a bunch of stuff that I had to put in my storage unit. So I went to get my car, brought it to the building, loaded my car up, put a bunch of shit into storage, and then went for my walk. Did my Tagalog lesson, did some coaching sessions earlier today, fixed shit on the wall, moved shit out of my apartment. I'm literally moving 24/7. I have a lot going on. And despite feeling overwhelmed and anxious and stressed out about a good number of things, food isn't my comfort. I'm not looking for food to emotionally cope. And even though that's something that I do and have done recently, the habit of just getting up and doing my shit every day is helping train my brain. Oh, I like that too. Train my brain. Rewire my brain. Thomas asks, are you going to stream every day when you move? I would like to. That's my plan. But if not, I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't gotten to that point yet. Catherine says here, thank you for your pep talks. You're very welcome. Moderation is difficult. Seems easier to do all or nothing. And in a lot of ways, that's how our brains work, especially people like me, because there's such a reward when you do the all part. And in a lot of ways, when you do the nothing part, there's also a reward too. And for many of us, that reward is by being lazy, eating all the food, not worrying about how much money that the food costs, right? So again, completely throwing away any kind of financial responsibility in a way that all or nothing, it's rewarding if you look at it in that way, right? Um, Catherine says, I'm almost at my goal range. Now what? Um, oh, I thought this was a question. But anyway, this is still a really good comment. I'm almost at my goal weight range. Congratulations. Now what? I don't know. You tell me. What's next, Catherine? Anyway, would love to hear about your upcoming move. So I don't know if you watched my other streams, but I am moving out of the country, but I'm not moving out of the country just yet. I'm moving out of this apartment in about 10 days, but I will still be here in the States for a little longer. And then I'll be moving out of the country towards the end of the year. That's all I can really, I mean, people have asked, I'm moving to the Philippines, but as far as a whole plan of what, here's the thing, once I move out of here and I don't have to worry about moving, I really plan on pushing more content, putting more videos out, and getting my app up and running. And oh my God, Tommy with a $20 Canadian super sticker. Tommy, thank you so much for the support. That's such a huge donation. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate you. I don't know what that super sticker looks like just yet, but I will take a look at it after the stream. Tommy, thank you so much for your support as always. Tommy, I always see Tommy in the comments. Tommy's always just wishing me the best. And I appreciate that. And sometimes Tommy shares what's going on in his life. So Tommy, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you for the support. It means so much to me. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Pajackpot? Pennsylvania jackpot? No, I don't know what Pajackpot is. Do you use a fitness tracker or watch? This is an Apple Watch, but I also, one second. Oh no. I think I packed it away. I also have a Whoop, but I think I packed it away. It might be in my bag, but I'm not sure. I also have a Whoop. I was using the Whoop a lot more because I like using the Whoop for my sleep, but it feels so uncomfortable. I don't know if and I don't wear my Apple Watch when I sleep. I only use this to track my steps. I was using my Whoop, but do any of you use a sleep tracker? I would like to start tracking my sleep again, but the Whoop sometimes is too tight and I don't like the way it feels. I don't know. Do any of you use a sleep tracker? I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Tommy, thank you again. I really appreciate the support. It means so much to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thomas also asks, do you have good advice when you go from every other day food to every day? Should I weigh myself every day? Is it 1 week for it to take the body to settle in the weight? Okay, wait, there's a lot going on here. Do I have advice when I go from eating every other day to every day? Yeah. My advice to you is, first of all, you need to see how many calories you're putting in, because if you're eating every other day and you eat the way I do, eating at 3,000 calories every other day, and you're switching over to eating every day, you know that probably eating 3,000 calories or more isn't going to be beneficial if you're not burning that many every day. So there might need to be a shift in how many calories you're eating or the type of food that you're eating. There probably needs to be an adjustment with that, because think about it. When I was doing 90-hour fasts and fasting for nearly 4 days, I was eating whatever I wanted, 6,000, 7,000, sometimes more than that calories a day. But I was able to do that because I was fasting for 4 days. So it didn't really matter because I still lost weight. How? The maths, right? And there is documented proof because obviously I've been documenting this since the very beginning. I lost 80 pounds in less than 5 months while still eating whatever I wanted. So there probably has to be a shift in the way you eat. Should you weigh yourself every day? That's up to you. If you are the type of person that's weighing themselves and it triggers an emotional response, and by triggering an emotional response, I mean, if you step on the scale and you look at the scale and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm up. You know what? This is pointless. Now I'm just going to eat everything around me. Then no, you should probably shouldn't be stepping on the scale. If it is negatively impacting you in that way, I wouldn't. I weigh myself every day. I enjoy weighing myself every day. And yeah, sometimes I look at the scale and it doesn't go the direction I want it to go. And I'm like, well, it is what it is, right? But it doesn't change the way I go about my day. If I step on the scale and it shows whatever number, whether I like it or not, the plan is still the same. For me, it's really nice to look at the scale so that, number one, it gives me a general idea of where I'm at, how it feels like when I'm fasted a certain length of time. But two, it also, for me, stepping on the scale and seeing that number sometimes is like, yeah, that's crazy. How could I gain that much weight? There's no way that's possible, right? When I have a refeed and I eat 4 pounds, 6 pounds, or when I eat and refeed and I gain 4 pounds, 6 pounds, I'm like, this is ridiculous. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, the scale's ridiculous. Because then the next day, I'll drop another 4 pounds or 5 pounds because I'm just holding on to water. So is it 1 week is it 1 week that it takes the body to settle in the weight I eat if I eat what I burn? You might have to be a little more pinpointed with that question. For the body weight to settle, I don't know if there's a specific time. I mean, I really haven't been in maintenance for an extended period of time. I'm always still kind of pushing up weight here and then dropping a little bit. And so when I truly get into maintenance, when I'm at like the weight that I want to be, then I'll have a better idea. Thank you all for your sleep tracker and fitness tracking advice. That's helpful for me. I'll read through that in a bit, but that's really helpful because that'll help me figure out, should I try something different? Should I keep, maybe I just need to find a different wrist strap for my Whoop. But yeah. Thank you, Randall. Randall says, you're awesome, Jerome. Thanks. You're awesome too, Randall. Inspiration, the good and the bad, imperfect consistency, perfect way to go. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. My goal for me and for all of you here, right, is that we become happy and healthy. That's all that matters. I'm happy, you're happy, I'm healthy, you're healthy, right? That's all that matters. All the other things are also important. Your friends, your family, your loved ones. I was going to say your job, but honestly, your job, right? But I want all of us to find happiness and health, good health with what we're doing. And that's all I'm trying to figure out for myself. And if I can pass that knowledge to all of you as well, it would be great to be able to do that. So yes, I gained about 30 pounds about a month ago. And then what did I do since then? I've done what I do best, fast. When I got back on track, in the first 18 days, I did 9 rounds of ADF, eating every other day, fasting every other day, eating every other day, fasting every other day. On average, 2,700 calories. In 18 days, I dropped 21.2 pounds. I went from 169.6 pounds to 148.4 pounds. That's a big amount of weight in 18 days. 21 pounds. Is that 21 pounds of fat that I lost? No, that's ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. There's a lot of water weight. There's probably waste in there. There's probably other stuff in there. Sure, there was fat too, but I didn't lose 21 pounds of fat. After doing 9 rounds of ADF, I gave myself a quote unquote 20% day. That is a day where I get to eat whatever I want, not be so restrictive, enjoy time with my friends and family. And that's exactly what I did. And that ended up being 7,500 calories. And I believe it was like an 11-hour refeed. It doesn't happen every day. It was the first day that I did that in 19 days. After eating that many calories, I put myself on a long fast. Why? Because I wanted to offset all the calories I ate, right? Does that mean that you have to fast for a long period of time after eating a ton of calories? No, it doesn't. But I did it because fasting comes natural to me. Could I have fasted for shorter and still lost weight? Absolutely. But it would have taken longer than to get back to where I was at originally. So after eating 7,500 calories, I did a 93-hour fast and I lost 9.6 pounds. Look at that. On my 7,500 calorie day, I gained 7 pounds. And then after completing a 93-hour fast, I lost 9.6 pounds. So I dropped more weight doing the 90-hour fast, even after eating 7,500 calories and gaining 7 pounds. And then what happened after that 93-hour fast? I went right back to ADF, eating every other day, fasting every other day, eating every other day, fasting every other day. I am currently, I always forget to open the app prior. Sometimes I don't forget. Currently, well, I mean, it shows there on the slide, but currently I'm 38 hours and 19 minutes fasted. I will be breaking later tonight at the 40-ish hour mark, probably 42, 43 hours. If you look at my nerd stats at the bottom here, I have now completed 13 rounds of ADF since July 23rd. And I have also put a 90+ hour fast under my belt. My average fasting time over the last month is right at 48 hours, just a little over 2 days of a fast. But if you look at the total, like look at that stat next to it. In the last 653 days, my average fasting time is 49 hours and 19 minutes. So for almost 2 years or however many 653 days is, a year and 9 months, a year and 10 months, whatever that number is, I have been fasting on average 49 hours. Now, that doesn't mean that I've just been doing 49-hour fasts. That means that 49-hour average over 653 days is a mix of 90-hour fasts and 120-hour fasts and 150-hour fasts and 16-hour fasts, 23-hour fasts, 36-hour fasts, right? It's just an average over the last 653 days. But what it means is I fast. I do it quite frequently. Sorry, looking at my notes, just trying to figure out what my next slide was here and I forgot. But here we go. This is what my fasted weight looks like after, oops, that shouldn't say 11. That should say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After 13 rounds? 14 rounds. After 14 rounds of ADF and 1 prolonged fast, I think. Either way, that's fine. I also forgot to highlight one part there. But after all these rounds of ADF and 1 90+ hour fast, I started at 169.6 pounds on July 23rd. So not even a month ago, I was 169.6 pounds. And then today I was 145.6. The lowest weight I've been in 7 weeks. I'm officially 24 pounds down. Now here's the thing. 3 weeks ago, I was 23.8 pounds down, right? Today, I'm 24 pounds down. So it took a week during that time to just lose another 0.2 pounds. Might that be unsettling for some? Sure. Might that trigger people to be like, oh my God, this is right? Yeah, for some people, for many of us. But even if you look at where it's highlighted in red, when I got down to 145.8 pounds, right above the red highlights there, that was when I lost 23.8 pounds in 3 weeks. But then look what happened after. The next couple of refeeds, I pushed up in weight. I gained weight over that time. Why did I gain weight? So let's just put this into perspective. Every time I would do 90-hour fasts, my weight would drop, but then the weight would push itself up. And then I would have to do another 90-hour fast to really get that weight to stabilize. After this 90-hour fast, when my weight dropped 9.5 pounds, when I got down to 145.8, like you see here, I did a round of ADF and the weight was still up. I know that because the 90-hour fasts, if I wanted that weight to stabilize, I'd have to keep pushing 90s over and over and over. Instead, what I did was I got back into ADF, and now the weight after 3 rounds since my 90-hour fast is starting to stabilize. And here we are. About a week later, after dropping down to 145.8, I'm now at 145.6, the lowest weight I've been in 7 weeks. The last time I was this low in weight was back on July 3rd. Continuing on, nerd stats. In my last 12 refeeds, I showed this yesterday, my average refeed time under 4 hours, my average calories per refeed around 3,200 or 3,300, my average protein per refeed 197 grams. I'm good with the refeed time. I'm good with the amount of protein on my refeeds. The calories, I would like to drop it under 3,000, but it's okay, right? Because I had some days that were over 3,000, I didn't beat myself up. I didn't start over. I didn't say the hell with this. I didn't say, well, I'm not going to live stream anymore. I didn't say, well, I'm not going to have a YouTube channel anymore. I'm just going to fall off the face of the earth and just binge every day. No. I continued on my journey. I continued to do what's important to me, which is to take care of myself, to be happy and healthy. Jackpot says, how do you feel about the sugar diet? I don't feel any type of way about it. Is it something that I want to do? No. I think you all know that because when it was big at the time, everybody was getting on my channel and telling me to do it. And even though I thought about it, the moment I did it, and when I say did it, all I did was eat 1 apple. And I was like, no, I'm good. It made me realize I was able to limit calories. And that moment was a breakthrough for me because that was when I was still eating 5, 6, 7,000 calories per refeed. And then I was like, wait, maybe I could start limiting my calories. And it was just kind of like a switch. Ever since that moment, I was able to eat healthier and limit my calories. So I don't feel any type of way about it. If people find success doing it, more power to them, right? I wonder personally how it affects muscle because you're literally just eating carbs and no protein at all. But who am I to judge, right? If it works for you, do it. For me, it's not something that's sustainable. It's not something that feels like I could be consistent doing. I wouldn't want to just do that and eat nothing else. So that's my thoughts about it. Okay, where are we at here? My last 4 refeeds, and you'll see here, right? On August 9th, I had 7,500 calories where I went or spent time with friends and family. I overate, but I still tracked my calories. I still roughly tracked them. Even though I got to eat whatever I wanted, I told myself, okay, Jerome, you can eat what you want, but give yourself at least a rough estimate of how much you're consuming. And I did. And that's what helped me figure out, okay, I should go ahead and do a 90-hour fast. And then once I did that and I started doing ADF, I ate 3,600 calories. I went over my limit, but it didn't stop me, right? I did another round of ADF. This time I ate 3,200 calories, still over my limit, but it didn't stop me. And then 2 days ago, I ate 2,900 calories. And then this morning I woke up, stepped on the scale, lowest weight in 7 weeks. Because I trust the process, because I didn't give up, because I'm practicing imperfect consistency, because even on the days where I overeat or I exceed my calorie count or I don't get all my steps in for the day, it doesn't stop this train. The train doesn't stop. I'm always moving. I'm always staying on routine. I'm always practicing good, healthy habits. Even if the good, healthy habits aren't going to be perfected every day, I will practice them. I will put them into practice. I will also put into practice breaking bad habits. What are your bad habits? Binging. It's been 654 days. I've binged 2 days out of the 654 days. Am I proud of binging? No. Is it something that I wish that I would never do again? Sure. But you know what? I'll take 2 days of binging in 654 days versus binging every day for 2 years when I was gone from YouTube. Imperfect consistency, right? This is me telling you all it's okay to be imperfect. Accept the fact that you are going to have bad days. Accept the fact that you're going to get invited to your little nephew or niece's birthday, or your friends are going to be celebrating whatever number birthday they're in, right? And you're going to be drinking, or you're going to be invited out randomly, or there might be some grief moment where you lose the loved one and shit happens. But if you can accept the fact that there will be hard days, and you can accept the fact that you will not start over, you will start to find success because you are rewiring your brain to change your habits. All of that to say, yes, there are some days when I ate a ton of calories and some days when I went over my 3,000, but nothing stops this train. This train's always moving. We're the red line here in Chicago. The red line is my favorite line in Chicago. So let's take a look at this. This is how crazy the scale is. On August 10th, I weighed 155.4 pounds. I gained 7 pounds after my 7,500 calorie refeed. And then 24 plus hours later, I dropped 4.8 pounds. All to say, I didn't gain 7 pounds of fat, and I also didn't lose 5 pounds of fat the day after. But it is crazy to see the swing in weight after a refeed and then after 24 hours of fasting. And then the following round of ADF, or after my 90-hour fast and I did my first round of ADF again, or got back to ADF, I was 152.2 pounds. I gained 6.4 pounds. And then 24 hours later, I dropped 5.8 pounds. And then on the 16th, I was 152.6 pounds. I gained 6.2 pounds. And then 24 plus hours later, I was down 5.4 pounds. And then if you look yesterday, I was 152.2 pounds after a 2,900 calorie refeed where I gained 5 pounds. And then this morning, after 24 hours of fasting, I'm down 6.6 pounds, right? So even though I gained 5 pounds after a refeed, after a 24 plus hour fast, I was down 6.6 pounds this morning. The practice of trusting the process, the practice of not letting the scale get to your head, you will find what works. This is why I like weighing myself every day, because it gives me a grasp on how crazy the scale is. It also gives me a grasp on, okay, when I lift weights, my weight might go up, but it's all right, because if I'm adding muscle and I'm losing fat, that's all that matters. As long as my clothes fit good and I'm feeling good, that's all that matters, right? Tanisha with the 18th Street Pink line. I love that. I just love that somebody knows Chicago is talking about about the South Side. Well, right, 18th Street Pink. That's Pilsen, right? Are we talking Pilsen? Are we talking? See, this is the north side of me showing. I'm a born and raised north sider. I feel bad though because I'm not being accurate about where the 18th pink is. I think it's Pilsen, but I'm probably wrong there. Anyway, let's. It just threw me off. I didn't expect to see someone mention the pink line or a CTA stop. Obviously, it's more than just fasting, right? My daily step average over the last 27 days is 16,000 steps. Yesterday's step count was 15,000 steps. And yes, I strength train every other day. So on top of my fasting, on top of trying to make better food choices, on top of limiting my refeed time, I'm also performing cardio every day. It is Pilsen. Thanks, Tanisha. I'm performing cardio every day. Does that mean you have to do 15, 16,000 steps every day? No, it doesn't. But I enjoy going for my walks. I enjoy walking by the lake. I enjoy people watching. I love this city. I think that's pretty apparent. It's something that I do because it feels therapeutic. It's very low impact. And going to the gym every other day to lift weights, I love being able to do that. I love being able to lift heavy after a good refeed. I love being able to hit new personal bests when I'm working out. What I'm trying to say is I'm doing something that feels consistent, that I can sustain doing. This is why when you are working on your journey, you have to figure out what that sustainability looks like, what that consistency looks like. You might not know what to do right at the beginning, but I promise you, if you show up every day, if you are working on good, healthy habits and learning to break bad ones, you will get a rhythm down. You will figure out what feels good. You'll be like, I enjoy eating this. Oh, this tastes good. Oh, I can make a swap eating this instead and make a better choice. This isn't bad at all. I never realized that because I'm just used to eating like shit all day or eating cardboard all day. You know what I mean? Because you're still stuck in the all or nothing phase. Calories in, calories out. It's still all about the deficit here. In the last 25 days, this should say 27, I think. No, 25. Is it? Why does that feel like less? That should be 27 days. Actually, this number is not correct either then. So that means I'm on a bigger deficit. Did I do this right? Oh, Jerome. Okay, so the numbers are actually correct, except the calories in and calories out are correct. It should just say X27, not X25. So in the last 27 days, everyone, just pretend that says 27. In the last 27 days, since I have been tracking my calories, I have consumed 39,000 calories and I have used about 62,000 calories. My TDEE is around 2,300. So over the last 27 days, over the last almost 4 weeks, I have put myself in a 23,000 calorie deficit or 6.5 pounds of fat that I've lost. But Jerome, you said you lost 24 pounds in 27 days. I did on the scale, but I didn't lose 24 pounds of fat. But you know what? I'm not complaining about losing 6.5 pounds of pure fat by looking at the numbers. I will take that. Definitely a win. And that number, that deficit continues to rise every single time because I'm continuing my ADF routine. I'm putting myself at a consistent deficit to get the weight off, to get the excess fat off, and making sure that when I go to the gym and I'm lifting heavy to maintain my muscle and hopefully add more muscle. My refeed goals are the same tonight when I break. My goal is to eat less than 3,000 calories. I was able to do that the other day and to eat more than 190 grams of protein. What if I eat more than 3,000 calories tonight? Will I start over? Will I say, well, that was pointless? Will I say time to binge? Will I say, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to stop moving everything out of this apartment because life sucks? No, none of those things. The train doesn't stop moving. The train doesn't stop except when it has to, but it's not stopping on this one. We're riding the express line, right? All right, let's do fit check. Fit check, for those who don't know, is when I stand back there. Everyone, there's only a couple more days of fit check in this apartment. I don't know where I'm going to be after this, but there might not even be space to properly do a fit check in the future. So cherish this moment while you can. That sounds so dumb. Fit check is where I do show you what I look like physically. It's a way to show accountability. It's a way to show transparency. I have been an overweight kid, adolescent, teenager, adult in my 20s, in my 30s, and in my 40s. Overweight, obese, morbidly obese my entire life. I've been able to lose that weight and keep it off almost 2 years later. And when I say keep it off, sure, I swing in weight 10, 15 pounds every now and then, but for the most part, I've kept this weight off. It's also just a reminder that just because I hit my goal weight back in March of 2024, over a year ago, maybe almost a year and a half ago at this point, the journey doesn't end. I'm still continuing to lose more fat. I'm still working on building more muscle. The journey doesn't end. Let's do fit check. Oh my God, I have so much space. I can push this anywhere now. There's no more couch here. All right. I still have this though. This might be gone tomorrow. We'll see. I'm currently wearing a size extra large boy shirt, and these shorts are size 10 to 12 boys shorts. So I wear very smallish clothes. I'm only 5'3". I'm not tall. I'm short, which is why these clothes fit me. Front shot, side shot, right? Rear, side. And that's fit check. Yes, I still have fat here. I show this all the time. This is what I'm trying to lose, hopefully. I do feel like I might have some here, but for the most part, I feel pretty lean. I know I have like pockets of fat here, I think on my back, but hopefully, as I continue to lose fat and build muscle, that this goes away, or at least it'll just be a big thing of loose skin, but I won't know until I get to that point. Okay. I am going to take any questions. If you have questions, please feel free to ask them now. I will answer what I can, when I can, which I suppose would be now. In the meantime, while you might be asking any questions, if you're looking for help when it comes to fasting, weight loss, or accountability, if you're looking for an accountability partner or an accountability coach, you can go to finallyfasting.com. We can have a one-on-one session. You talk to me face to face, or you can keep the camera off if you want. But finallyfasting.com, I do offer merch there. Feel free to take a look at that as well. If you want to support me in a different way, you can be part of the Finally Fasting fam. There is a link in the description of this live stream, or you can click the join button if you want to help or support in that way. People who support get their names on the intros of the live stream. You get custom emoji. And if you join the higher tier, you get to join us Wednesday nights. We'll actually be having a group session tomorrow night. So if you join the autophagy group, I'll see you there. It's just a place where we have a group coaching session. It's not just me that talks. Other people come on camera. Other people will talk. we go through we have a group spreadsheet and we all share accountability for the week. Everybody has different goals because everyone has a different journey. Everyone needs to do what works for them. I mean, that's why I do these things every day. Okay. Prad, I don't know if you're asking me this, but says, what are the benefits of dry fasting versus water fasting? You're going to have to ask somebody else, because I know people always say that dry fasting accelerates the fasting benefits in general, but I don't have the science behind that. I think if I were to say it, then I'd probably be talking out of my ass. I know people say that dry fasting will help promote fixing loose skin, but I don't know the truth behind that. There's also, I've heard that dry fasting increases weight loss faster or fat loss faster, but again, I don't know the science behind it. I just know that fasting in general, whether dry or water fasting, is still beneficial for me. There you go. Nug Life says dry fasting will get you into autophagy faster. I've heard that as well. It'll also convert fat cells into metabolic water up to a liter a day. Depending on the duration, it releases stem cells and starts to heal. You've got this. I thought you were adding on to it. Nug Life, thank you for sharing with us. I appreciate that. Carlos says, anyone know a Play Store app for a long fast clock? Wait for my app whenever it comes out. I don't know. I'm sure there are other apps that do it though, but I would say wait for my app. Oh, Tommy says, I bought a compressed undershirt because of you, Jerome. I do wear one. I'm wearing one right now. I always wear one. Kind of helps keep things in place. I'm down to 154 pounds and can use improvement. I'm 5'8". Well, congrats to you, Tommy. Congrats to you. Okay. That's it. We're an hour in. This is wow, that hour went by pretty quickly. Everyone, that's it for today. I have so much stuff that I need to do today. Isa asked, do you tell friends and family you're fasting? All my friends and family know that I fast. It's not like I'm trying to shout it from the rooftop, but I can't. When I lost all the weight, there was no way that people weren't going to ask how I lost the weight. When I go out or go to a party and I'm not eating, people are going to ask questions. So they know, but they've known that for a while. I've been doing this for a long time. So, okay. Like I said, that's it for me today. I have so much that I still have to do. I have to finish moving out of this apartment, getting everything out of here, putting stuff or the remaining stuff I have into storage, getting all the big stuff gone. I still have coaching sessions to do. Actually, I need to get back to, I know Slack and others that have gotten to me about the free coaching sessions, but I should do that actually after. I'll do that. So that's it for now. We'll do another live stream tomorrow. Thank you all for coming by today. I appreciate you all. Thank you for sharing your accountability. Thank you for being kind to other people in the chat. It means a lot to me to support other people, for you to support others, to let others know that this is a community here, that we're all just trying to be happy and healthy. That's the main goal here. Thank you to all my Finally Fasting fam members. I appreciate the support. Tommy, special thanks to you for the $20 Canadian donation. Thank you for such a huge donation today. It means a lot to me. And that's all I got. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thank you all. I will see you soon. Here's my wave. Goodbye. See ya.